Darkness does not drive out darkness. Only light defeats darkness. Hate does not defeat hate. Only love does that. If there's one thing this last year has taught us, is that hate and anger closes our minds to ideas and lessens our understanding to the complex issues that we face every day. I wonder if we approached every uncomfortable situation from a place of compassion and learning, if some of the complex problems of our day would not be solved or at least resolved. This is not an easy approach to take. I know from my own personal experience that when haters are hating, it's awfully hard to look at their issue from a place of compassion, understanding, even love. When you're faced with defiance, deceit, distrust, or flat out disrespect, it is hard not to suppress those human emotions of anger and hatred, to not resort to the instinctual fight or flight response. I personally have had some moments myself and readily admit I am very far from perfect. It's because of that imperfection I keep a poem on my desk that reminds me in my own personal moments of darkness to try to seek to understand and not so much to seek to be always understood. Furthermore, this poem that attempts to right my ship in stormy seas stresses the importance of peace and trying to make our world a better place, fighting against insults, despair, and sadness by choosing positive virtues like pardoning, hope, joy, and yes, again, love. Imagine our world if people practice those virtues on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and Insta. Is it any wonder that Kim Carr was asked by so many schools in our country to talk about her #ICanHelp program? It's truly okay for someone to disagree with you. What is more than okay, in fact empowering, is to listen to someone with a different take on something, to find our own blind spots, as one of my colleagues on the board recently put it. Understanding another's perspective is not a sign of weakness, nor is it an admission of being wrong. It is a sign of being a thoughtful person. Graduates, each generation is defined by significant events. Those events could be the assassination of a president, a war, Watergate, 9/11, or a Great Recession. As young adults, the events in our nation and world, for that matter, that you have witnessed and have had to make sense of will truly define the younger half of Generation Z. Will those seated in front of me, 6 feet apart with your masks on, be a generation that becomes bitter due to the lost opportunities and the social injustices witnessed? Or will it be a generation that steers away from the ugliness of hate, distrust, and division? Will you focus on the time lost with friends, or will you focus on the fact that your families got to enjoy you more than they normally would have your senior year? Well, most of you more. Will you focus on the anger you witnessed, or will you focus on the fact that you are now having conversations that are making our community a better place not only to live, but to thrive? I find it wonderfully exciting that every graduating class has the opportunity to leave a mark on our community, if not our country. I find it even more fascinating to see how those that graduate high school in 2021 will leave their mark. What will come out of a class that began their early school years in the throes of the Great Recession and ended their compulsory education at the end of the Great Recession? Graduating seniors of Liberty High School, on behalf of the Liberty Union High School District, I wish you the best of luck as you move on to the different facets of your life. Take note that you will make choices that will define you and your generation. You will continue to face adversity, and how you react to those trials could be the model for us old people, so we don't have to put nice poems on our desk. I ask that if you've already forgotten the quote, or if it didn't grab you at the beginning of my comments, then perhaps you may find simple wisdom of John Lennon and Paul McCartney when in 1967 they penned the very simple lyrics, "All you need is love, love is all you need." Thank you, and congratulations, you Forever Lions, class of 2021.